Hello folks and welcome back to the channel, Double Tap here. Now today we are doing a wine test. This bottle of wine is kiwi fruit. It was sent to me by one of the subscribers, Malcolm, and thank you for that, Malcolm, it's very kind of you. To do a taste test and a bit of a review on it. I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not a wine person, I'm a beer person, so I thought I'd give it a try anyway because that's the kind of guy I am. Right then, now, he did send some notes as to how we come about with this wine, so it was quite a comprehensive list of notes, but I've scaled it down into the main parts. So, for this, he used obviously kiwi fruit and he cut 3 pints, so 3 pint size amounts, used that with raisins, put in a Camden tablet, he used yeast nutrients, he cut it all up, mixed it with sugar and let it stand for 12 hours in a fermenter. After that he stirred it twice daily for 5 days. He racked it for the first time after 6 weeks and then every 3 months, and he did that for a whole year. He bottled it and then after bottling it let it stand for 7 months. He did point out that there's quite a few recipes to make this on the internet and the different forums. Obviously a lot more went into it than that, but that's just the basics. So let's get this open. Oh, it's a screw on top. Okay, I thought it was a bloody cork because I didn't have a corkscrew. So when I was out the last time, I went and brought myself a corkscrew because I thought that was a cork. Never mind, I'm sure we'll find some sort of use for it. Okay. And it smells lovely. It smells really nice. I was going to have a swig out the bottle then. The connoisseur. Yeah, that smells beautiful. That does. Right then. Okay. I should point out that, can you see that? There is a bit of sediment in the bottom of the bottle. Whether it's me shaking it about a bit, I don't know. But it's a lovely, crisp, clear wine, this is. Look at that. That's lovely and clear, that is. And you can smell the kiwi in it straight away. It smells nice, fruity, it smells refreshing. This hasn't been chilled. I've had it in the cupboard since it come, which was probably a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me. But it does smell dry. Like I say, it smells fruity. You can definitely smell the kiwi in it. So the one thing that I didn't ask him was what the percentage was. I'm not sure what the percentage was, so I don't know, I can't tell you folks. It's very dry, that is, very dry, but it's not too dry as to taste sour. It's a nice wine. The kiwi flavour is very predominant in it, and you know, it's a lovely, crisp, clear wine, that is, it's nice. Yeah, I'm well impressed with that. Like I was saying, I'm not really a wine type person. I couldn't tell you the last time I drank any wine. And that's simply because I prefer drinking beer, basically. But that's nice. Job well done, Malcolm. And I mean, this has been roughly getting on for 2 years in the making, this wine, hasn't it? It's come out nice. I mean, if this is the standard of making home brew wine yourself, then I ain't got a problem with that. I mean, some people might have a problem with the little bit of sediment, that's floating around in the bottom. But I'm sure you could filter that out if you were that way inclined and put it in a carafe type bottle if you wanted to do that. I mean, it'd be your choice. But for me personally, stuff like that doesn't bother me. But that's nice. For like I said, if this is the standard of home brewing wine from fresh ingredients, doing it yourself, then it's lovely stuff. I don't know what this cost him to make. It couldn't have been more than a couple of pounds anyway. You know, you can get the different fruits and stuff like that when they're on offer in the supermarkets, and you can always, if there isn't large amounts, you can always put it in the freezer until you've got enough to make whatever it is you want to make. I mean, in England, there's fruit trees everywhere. Me and my brother was out the other day, and I was talking about making a blackberry wine. One of the neighbours, when we were growing up, an older lady, she used to make her own blackberry wine, and I can remember she gave me a sip of some once, and it was spectacular. It was really, really nice, and we was out walking the dogs, and there was that many blackberry bushes. You could have filled buckets full of the things. If I had something to store them in at the time, I'd have picked a load of them and tried to make some of that blackberry wine. But, you know, I didn't have nothing on me because I weren't out looking for that sort of stuff. But in England, there's fruit trees all over the place, you know. And if it's alright, I can hear someone doing some of that. Obviously, if it's on someone's land, there's a lot of parkland and stuff like that in England. There's thousands of acres of it. If it's someone else's land, knock on the door, say to them, do you mind if I pick them apples, them pears, etc., because a lot of it will just fall to the ground and it will rot. Obviously it feeds the wildlife, but after a couple of weeks, once it's all rotten away, no one's going to get any use out of it. So, you know, just be polite and all that lot, and give it a try, because this is what I'm doing, you know. I know where there's farms with large orchards. They don't pick none of it. They're like sheep and cattle farms. I go up there and I say to the fella, can I take some of the apples and that? And they either say yes or they say no. What you lost, apart from nothing. So it's got to be worth a try, because this is really nice. Anyway, I've waffled on for far too long as per usual. Cheers Malcolm, and cheers to the rest of you as well. Give this home brewing a go if you've never tried it. It's well worth it, folks. So, I'm going to go now because I have been doing 3 other videos, and there's a fly, a little tiny fly buzzing around my face, a little git. I've been doing 3 different videos in the meantime. This is just one of the 3. So I'm going to start cracking on with them, folks. So like I said, cheers, thank you Malcolm. I'll catch you in the next episode. So bye for now.